But now that you don't have a body, these 10 years may telescope into 1,000 years. So this is the reason always they told you should never die of suicide, you never should be murdered, accidental death is bad, because now your limbo situation is long, very, very long, because you have no discriminatory mind, we don't know which way you will roll, and the chances of finding another womb are very little because you're in a certain level of intensity you cannot find. So unless you come to the right level of intensity, you are not suitable to take on a new body. So if you died of old age, energies became feeble, everything is fine with your body, you went to bed and you never woke up. Such a person may get back into another womb within 48 hours. You as a person never want to leave because you want to be an endless psychological drama. But life wants to leave at a certain time. Whether you like it, you don't like it, life wants to leave because it doesn't want to be trapped in the physical form that you have gathered forever. It doesn't want. It enjoys the physical form only to a certain length of time. After that, even if everything is well, many lives leave. You will see this particularly in India. Yogis will decide when to leave. When they're very healthy and well, they sit down and they leave. Other people think, why he was healthy, why should he leave? So you want to get sick and die? Do you want to suffer in the hospital for 3 years and then only leave? Is that the only way to go?
No.
Please listen to this carefully because this is a situation. I'm not trying to trample on anything, but I want you to listen to this carefully. Is it true that the final thing that you do in your life is death? Hello?
Yes.
So the last thing that you do in your life, is it not very important that you do it gracefully?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You're all from Los Angeles, you must do it in style, isn't it? At least gracefully. Is it also not important that other lives who are around us, when their time comes, we must facilitate that they must be able to live gracefully, not make them a victim of medical industry that's going on around us? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Tell me, what purpose does it serve if you stretch a life which is about to exit now for another 3 months with all kinds of supports, 3 months you stretched it in pain and misery, what does it mean? It just means that you're ignorant about the nature of life and you want to cling to something that you know and you don't want to know anything that you do not know. It's very important. We know the person, we know this person and this person and this person, that's fine. We've enjoyed their personalities, but you have not touched the nature of their life. Because unless you touch the nature of your life, you cannot touch the nature of another life. So the most important thing we need to do is, we don't have to talk about death, prepare for death, nothing is needed. What we need to do is, beyond this body, which we have gathered, which you agreed with me that you accumulated this, beyond this mind, which is also an accumulation of impressions and information, beyond your accumulations, if you sit here right now and experience the life that you are, you will have absolutely no issue with any aspect of life, which includes death. Death is not another thing. Death is an ongoing thing. Right now, all of us are dying slowly. One day it'll be complete. You think it's going to suddenly happen one day? It is already on, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Is it not on? It is on in every one of us. Should we not conduct this process? See, you can call this right now, I can say I'm living. Another way of saying it is, I'm dying. I'm dying right now. We want to stretch it as much as we can, but to know this experientially, not trying to figure this intellectually is most important, because intellectually if you figure, you will always be one against the other, because this is the nature of intellect, that intellect cannot perceive anything without creating two. So you have created life and death. There's no such thing as life and death. Life and death is one package, isn't it? Hello?
Yes.
It's one package. As we are living, as we are also dying right now. The question is how gracefully you do it. If you learn to do this moment absolutely gracefully, you will also conduct that moment absolutely gracefully. That is not a different kind of moment, that's the same moment. In the yogic science, it goes like this. Every inhalation you are born, every exhalation you die. When you were born as a little infant, the first thing that you did was inhalation, isn't it? What do you think is the last thing you will do? Exhalation, isn't it? Right now when you sit here, inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation, next inhalation did not happen, and suddenly a big man is gone, poof. Yes or no?
Yes.
That's how fragile it is. I want you to see this. Every moment it's happening. If this exhalation which went out, if it doesn't come back, this one is gone. How many things a man can do? But at the same time, just see how fragile this is. You're yo-yoing with your life every moment. If you don't know how to pull it back, it will go away. But it doesn't feel like that right now. I'm real. I'm not going to die today. A whole lot of people thought so before you and me. We must understand mortality is the fundamental reality of our existence. If you do not come to terms with this one thing, believe me, you don't know any other aspect of life in reality. You know only the drama. Because this is the most fundamental nature of our existence, that we are mortal. When we are born, it is declared that we are going to die, isn't it? How long is the only question. So if there is substantial amount of information still stored, which is the karma, the karmic substance is still strong, then once, suppose you left out of feebleness of energy, that is, you became old, energies became feeble and it rested for some time. So this kind of life energy just rests for some time without too much activity. But suppose the energies did not become feeble, but you broke the body by accident or suicide, or somebody shot you in the head, or somebody broke your heart, whichever way you broke the body and you left, energies were still intense. Now, this will take a long time for it to become feeble without the body and the mind. If you had a regular body and a discriminatory mind, let us say you would have worked out your karma in the next 10 years and made the energies feeble. But now that you don't have a body, these 10 years may telescope into 1,000 years. So this is the reason always they told you should never die of suicide, you never should be murdered, accidental death is bad, because now your limbo situation is long, very, very long, because you have no discriminatory mind, we don't know which way you will roll, and the chances of finding another womb are very little, because you're in a certain level of intensity you cannot find. So unless you come to the right level of intensity, you are not suitable to take on a new body. So if you died of old age, energies became feeble, everything is fine with your body, you went to bed and you never woke up. Such a person may get back into another womb within 48 hours. But a person who died by breaking his body, either by accident or otherwise, this person may take we don't know how long, depending upon what level of intensity and how much of the information is still there, unworked out. We are going into areas which needs much more elaboration if it needs to be properly understood. Speaking just like this is not good. That's why we always joke about it and skip, we never talk about it, because it will lead to all kinds of imaginations.
Yeah.
Unhealthy imagination.
Lead me to believe in spirits and ghosts.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Which is not needed.
Not needed.
Because then people every dark corner they see, they'll start seeing things.
Yeah.
And you can make horror movies and make money, because a lot of people have wild imagination anyway.
or tendencies.
No, they're all existing by tendencies, not
Yeah.
by that is the whole difference. When we talk spirituality, we're essentially talking about moving from compulsiveness to consciousness. Functioning through tendencies to functioning through discriminatory process. That is the key from bondage to freedom.
Okay. I understand why we need to change this topic, because it can get very… It is much more
Yes.
complex than we are talking about
Yes,
now, and
it's too simplistic the way
Yes.
I'm putting it right now.
yeah.